Welcome back. Joining our show is a man who faced a near-death experience where he was heartbeats away from death. After surviving, he dedicated his life to helping others. It's a tale he details in his book, Sharks in the Water. And this morning, best-selling author Jeff Ryan joining our show. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we were just talking before we came on because this picture is a great way, I think, to segue into what you go around explaining to people. This is Jeff surfing. This is a shark, and it was, tell us the story about what this was.
I was just surfing. My wife, I told my wife I'd be home at 5 o'clock for dinner, and looked at my watch, it was 20 to 6 because the surf was really good, and quickly went home and went in, waved to a photographer, ran home, and went to bed. Next day in the newspaper was this photo saying this surfer didn't even see what was in the water coming at him, and there was a shark in the water. But my wife's reaction and my reaction was, how many times do things like that happen in life where there is sharks in the water, or you could have turned left, or you could have turned right, and this could have happened or that could have happened, but not to focus on that, but focus and look forward to what it is we're on this planet to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's surfing, and sometimes it's making a difference in the world.
Okay, this is an international best-selling book. Tell us what you go around lecturing on and telling people. Why do you think this is a best-selling book?
I think I talk a lot about purpose. People really want to know what their reason for being on the planet is, but sometimes we have obstacles in our life. We have things that come our way. I had an incredibly bad accident a number of years ago that left me with a brain injury. At the time, many injuries, but
Explain that. Don't go past that, because that was an incredible survival story. You were actually laying lifeless for 10 minutes.
Yeah, there was an accident on a job site where, you know, if you let go of a garden hose, it's got water in it, it flies like this, and that's about this big. There was a 6-inch pipe filled with concrete pumped 7 floors up, and it flew around like a garden hose, but looked me straight in the face, and I did end up lifeless, as in some were saying that I was dead for 5 or 10 minutes, but really, and I can't even look at that picture, but not focusing on the accident and the aftermath as much as doing the next thing and what's my reason for being on the planet. And
are you an angel at this point, basically? I mean, does your wife want to put a little GPS tracking device on you at all times, or put you in a bubble?
Not at all. I think in a way both of us feel like we know we're blessed, and knowing that we've got a reason for being on the planet. I talk a lot I use in brain injuries, you need to break things down, and I use the word power, and I use it for the purpose of P for purpose. What's my purpose? O, obstacles. We need to overcome those. I get people to write down their dreams and find out what it is that they're on the planet to do. And E is enjoy. And I watched you guys this morning doing what you're doing, and it looks like, and you love what you do, and a lot of people love and maybe don't love what they do.
Right.
But I encourage people, even if you're selling newspapers on the street, find out what it is you love about your job, talking to people every day, whatever it is, and then for all of us having good representatives around us. So I talk a message of power, really, and it's really promoting people to know what their purpose is, and also empowering others. You know, we talk about passing it forward, and I talk often about empowering it forward, empower others to be all they can be. And that's what I feel like I'm on the planet to do, and I'm getting a second chance.
Okay, now tell us, with your empowerment message, you also work with Misfit Adventures, is that correct?
Misfit Aid.
I apologize.
Yeah, Misfit Aid. A definition of a misfit is anyone whose attitude or behaviour sets them apart from others, and it used to be really negative, but we have a whole bunch of surfers around the world that are literally going out there and doing aid and development work. We're about to launch a global version of that, which is called Groundswell Aid, and that's about to launch, and that'll be globally, where we're taking surfers all around the planet, doing disaster and relief and aid and development. And you know what? I am overrun with volunteers.
Yeah, well, I bet. I mean,
incredible.
My brother surfed, and I was just going to say he lived in Costa Rica for a few months. So you guys go everywhere
we
to find.
We're easy to mobilise. We really are. And also, what I've noticed now is this generation is incredibly socially conscious, and not generation in age. Anyone with a smartphone, from 5 years old to 95,
very connected.
People know what's going on.
Very connected. Yeah.
And they get out there and they want to be a part. People will tap me on the shoulder and say, "Jeff, did you see there was an earthquake or a tsunami here? Let let me know if you want some of my apprentices, or can I come along when you do your next trip? I'm overrun with that, and I love that about people.
Well, we love having you on here. Jeff, tell us how people can become part of your message and mission. Like, how can they join in?
The easiest way would be to go to my own website, which is teachinspireempower.org, and on there is a number of different organisations that you can touch base with, or you can buy the book through that organisation, or just amazon.com to buy the book. But to get involved, teachinspireempower.org, and then they can contact me and we can chat, and let's empower the planet together. Really, that's what I'm all about.
What? This is great. Jeff Ryan, thank you for being here. Number one international best-selling book, Sharks in the Water, and you have been such a pleasure to have on this show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.